So here we are again on another leg day. Just getting ready to roll into my warm-up for the leg day. And obviously there's tons of information out there on leg day warm-ups. It can get a bit confusing. Here are the top 3 things that I never skip for my leg day warm-up, and I recommend you don't skip them either. First thing I always start my leg day warm-up with is gonna be some form of a psoas release. Tight hip flexors are very common. A lot of us sit quite a bit. If you travel a lot, I'm sure you've experienced, you're on a long flight, maybe you go to train the next day and your back is bothering you. Why is your back bothering you? Because your hip flexors got tight from all that sitting. Your hip flexors are tight, they're gonna be restricting hip extension, is going to affect your glute activation. With the PSO-Rite, you're gonna wanna position it just below the belly button. When you lay down on it, then you're gonna wanna try to dig into it, exhale, dig in on each side, and try to feel which side you're feeling more discomfort on. And then what I like to do is I like to do alternating leg lifts on each side, trying to hold it up and really dig that tool into that hip flexor. And then the other thing I'll do is I'll go into moments of extension, where I'm extending my body up and then I'm lifting the arm. And what this is doing is it's really allowing you to lengthen those hip flexors with that myofascial release. So you're basically pinning it and then stretching it. If you don't have a PSO-Rite, you can use a massage ball, you can use a softball. And what you're gonna do with that is, again, just below the belly button, with the ball, you're gonna be off to one side. You're gonna wanna kind of roll around until you find a tender spot, and then you know that's where you wanna stay. And again, focusing on extending, lifting that leg up, and then also extending through the spine and extending the arm up overhead. You'll typically find you're gonna have one side that is tighter or there's more discomfort on the other. You're gonna wanna spend a little bit more time there until that discomfort eases, and that's when you know you've done enough. So it's really important that you have your glutes firing properly on your leg day, not just particularly for your glute training, but for all of your leg training. Your glutes are going to be involved in all of those heavy compound movements that you do, your squats, your lunges, your leg presses, your RDLs. So if your glutes aren't firing properly, then you're going to run into compensation patterns that start to come up and probably lower back pain and or knee pain. All right, so the second thing I always recommend doing on your leg day is rolling out your glutes. I do not see enough people rolling out their glutes before their workouts, and I think it's a crucial component. You've released your hip flexors at the beginning of the warm-up. Now you're getting that full hip extension. Now you want to make sure that your glutes are fully activated. There's no knots or adhesions that's going to be restricting that muscle activation there. So the emphasis on the rolling really is spending a lot of time in that glute medius area. So that upper outer quadrant of the glute. That area tends to get knotted up quite often, and those muscles will actually turn off. So you're going to want to spend a lot of time there. The glute medius plays a crucial role in stabilizing the knee. If you notice at the bottom of a squat, your knees are caving in, your glute medius is probably knotted up and not firing properly. So you're going to want to spend a little bit of extra time foam rolling there. And if you're foam rolling with a ball that's got a little bit of hardness, like a ball like this or a softball, you'll find those tender spots pretty quickly and you'll know where you need to spend time. The discomfort or the pain that you feel when you're rolling is a real guide on the adhesions you need to release to get that muscle firing properly. That's really your guide. If you go and you roll out your glute, let's say you roll out your left glute and you don't feel anything, that glute's probably firing properly. Typically you're gonna find one side is gonna be a little bit more knotted up than the other. Spend a little bit more time on that side. Roll through that and hit a point with the rolling where that pain dissipates, and then you know you've effectively released those knots and adhesions and you're gonna be ready for your workout. So you've released your hip flexors, you've rolled out your glutes. Now the third thing you're gonna wanna do for your warm-up is mobilize your hips. Now I like to do a variation of different things. You can just pick one. I think 90-90 hip openers are great. You can also do the frog stretch, or one of my favorites is actually the single leg frog stretch. And when I do the frog stretches, I sink into the stretch and I hold it for about 5 seconds or so, and I'll do reps, maybe 5 to 10 reps until I feel that inner thigh really loosen up and open up. So without any warm up, it's highly unlikely that you're gonna get the full activation out of your hips, out of your glutes. You're probably also not gonna get the proper range of motion, the depth, mobility. That's why it's really important to do these 3 things before your workouts so that you maximize your results in the gym while limiting your risk for injury.